go. Hello, hello. Right, let me just check. Can you all sound check? Can you all see? Can you all hear? I hope you appreciate something, and you may be able to tell. You look at the colour of my hand, the colour of my face. I put orange on my face. Orange. To try and look less ghostly. And I don't know if it works or not. We'll soon find out. Right. Good evening, everybody. I am so glad that some of you are joining me tonight and not watching Eurovision. Just so you know, my husband's watching Eurovision in the other room. So there you go. He made the decision, my live stream or Eurovision, and he's made his choice. So okay, no, that's fine. I'm not offended even in the slightest. Thank you so much for coming and joining me tonight. Lovely to see the chat moving. I will address that properly in a minute. Do I look really orange? This is orange, honestly. In the daylight, you'd be able to see. Normal skin tone, which is like ghostly white, orange, but I don't know. Anyway. Right. Oh, orange woman, good. Exactly, Rabbit. Evening, Rabbit. Evening, Stephen. Evening, Gems. Let me just spin back through the chat and see who else we've got. All my usual people. It's lovely to see you all. I thought it was time I did another live stream because I haven't for a while. I Hate It Here season 2. That's a good name. That's a good name. Just so you know, your targeted individual character makes me cry. What, like emotionally? Because I do get people's fays and feels up. I really do. So I can understand it. Do you know what I mean? I can understand it. Fizzer, evening. So, okay. So I come hot off the heels of some tragic, and I mean tragic news for two reasons. So we've just found out that Simon and Becky are not going to the Great Awakening tour in Manchester. And I'm devastated for two reasons. One, because obviously I want them there. I want them all under one roof. But double gutted because I made, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, a hilarious sketch this week. I did a Freudian Friends, just two-hander with Freudian Lyman this week, all about their appearance at the Great Awakening tour. And I read that news and I'm like, no, it was such a good sketch. So I don't know what to do now. I could make some tweaks on it and change it a little bit, and still put it out. I want to put it out. I really enjoyed doing the sketch, and it made me laugh. At one point I had to stop filming and start again. So and it was based upon a round table that they all did, and instead of playing David Baloney and Kate Rimmeroo Rani, and all and Kales and all the other people that were there, I thought I'll do it slightly differently, but allude to everything that was said in their round table. So so I did that, and I was so excited to do that. And then I just found that out today, and I'm like, I can't believe it. So yeah, I'm a bit gutted, really. I do want to put it out. Oh dear, it was some of my finest work in that video. Really, really was. So, oh God. Anyway, right. Sorry. Let me go back into the chat. Stephen says put it out anyway. Visa says put it out. Em says put it out. Caroline said, oh my, I think I might have to do a few tweaks before I put it out. I'll see. I'll speak to Rick and see what he thinks. He did such a good edit job on it. Oh my God. There was a bit that I said, just go to town on this bit, and gave him like free reign to put something together. And I was crying when I was watching it. So I do want to put it out. I'm just annoyed. How dare they? How dare they pull out? I mean, that is definitely the title of the next video. I've pulled out. Bicky. I pulled out with Bicky Peg. They make it easy for me, don't they? Well, Lyman always makes it easy for me. So yeah. Right, where are we? Yeah. So obviously I was very, very upset. Right, let me just go back through the chat. Hello to people who are just here. Hello, Charles. Hi, hi, Chia Maria. Hello, Alexander Cameron. It's nice to see a few new names in the chat as well. That's really, really good. So this is, I thought, I hate it here, season 2. Right, motional hun. They always call each other hun, these types, don't they? That's right, hun. DM me, hun. Hi, Will. It's thank you. Oh, thanks, Will. Thank you for sharing the link. That'd be great. And get some cold beers in here as well. Speaking of cold drinks, I've just had a delivery. And do you know what? I also made because I've got a really annoying cough. It's not a cough. It's hay fever. So it's allergy season for me, and I just have this stupid throaty cough. So after a while, I'm like, and then it's like a frog. I call it a frog in my throat, and it's so hard to clear it. So if I start grossing you all out, I'm really, really sorry. I'm trying not to, but I thought if I bring a hot drink. So look, I also have tea to help with the throat. So there you go. Right. See, I've started already. I say coughing and then I start. But I'm not sick. It literally is my allergies, and it's annoying. Right. Alexander, love your stuff. I've definitely been questioning things more and more and don't like grifters. Yes, well done. And yes, you should. You should be very wary of these grifters who are all getting together for a grifter-rama next weekend, which that's one of my reasons for wanting to do a live stream, because obviously we're preparing, aren't we? We're all preparing for the Great Awakening tour, a tour of 2 days. I've never known a tour, having been on tour myself for many, many years, last 2 days. Normally tours are months. So I've never known it's a micro tour. It's a pygmy tour, isn't it? I would call it an event. That's what I would call it, but never mind. Right, okay. Got some more people coming in. Karen Mitchell, hi, Intel Lady Greeter from Canada. Hello. I'm sorry for butchering your accent, by the way. I'm sorry. But when I'm doing Janice, it's not Canadian people that I'm mocking by doing a very, very poor Canadian accent. It's just her. It's just her I'm mocking. So please, I apologize for being a bit ridiculous with that. Right. Who else have we got? Andy Gambino. Nice to see you. Michael, are you going to be on your best behavior, Michael? Hope not. Hope not. Oh dear. Michael put me through my paces last live stream I did when I did TI Friday. And it was a lot of fun. We had fun, didn't we? We were all very silly by the end of that. Right. Captain Marvelous. Marvelous. I think she could pull off a feel good. Actually, Captain Marvelous, I'm on it. I'm just awaiting some props. And then that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But I'm just working a few things out at the moment. I don't want to rush anything and make it rubbish. I'm a bit of a perfectionist like that, but Oh yes, he's on my list, and absolutely is going to get Intel ladied for sure. He deserves it, doesn't he? Deserves it. So there you go. Hi, the K-Man. Thank you for joining. Right. Oh, Karen, thank you. I'm so glad that Tarot by Janice made you laugh. And not like, what is she doing? Right. Hi, Maureen Riddell. Riddell. Oh, God. It's not Riddle, is it? It's so sorry, Maureen. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. It's really, really lovely. Hi, Mark. How about doing Lyman sometime as a reptilian in a cardigan with a bald head? Do you know what, Mark? Go back. It's very well hidden, but go back through my videos, and it is a Project Not a Lot, and I think it's called Project Not a Lot exclusive. And I was a bit of a dingbat when I did that, because I put green face paint on, and then sat in front of my green screen with green face paint on. So, but it resulted in the most amazing, almost disappearing alien Lyman. And it actually made it more effective and more amusing, and totally not down to my inexperience and stupidity, not at all. Yes. So Captain Marvel said, wasn't a praying mantis lover. That was Mum. You're getting mixed up with family members now. The lover was the cat queen. So getting your animals and family members mixed up, understandable. It's confusing, but there you go. Yes, Stephen, Kerry Cassidy is always pissed off. That's her that's standard for Kerry, isn't it? Thank you, Will. Yeah, it would be nice if your followers could shake off the hangover and come in. That'd be great. Hi, Ceci. Oh, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. If anyone wants to super chat me, you absolutely can, but don't feel forced. But it's lovely if you do. If you also want to donate to my buymeacoffee.com, then my link for that is in the chat. My lovely mods put the link in. Right. Oh, good. Rabbit has just put the Project Not a Lot one that I was referring to link there. So yeah, watch that. I will never make that mistake again of painting my face green and then going in front of a green screen, but it was very, very effective for that particular sketch. Right. Okay. So tonight I am doing a Q&A. So if you've got any questions you want to ask me, go ahead. Try and put the questions in all caps if you can, because, right, Caroline, I'll come to that in a minute, because I'm getting old. My eyes are old, and I miss stuff. And if people come into the chat and say hello to me, and I don't say hello back, I'm not ignoring any of you. Sometimes the chat whizzes up and down and I can't always see it. Having said that, Sue Collins, hello. Nice to see you. West Sussex. Ooh, Sussex. How do you feel about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? Do they represent your area well? I don't think they do. But yes, welcome. Yes, Karen, we do need to have a life in these times, and I think it's really, really important that we do. Thank you, Chia Maria. I'm glad I don't look old. You haven't seen me first thing on a morning, darling. You'd change your mind rapidly if you did. Who was the first character that you became? Thank you, Mark. Right, the first character that I became, I did a sketch for Griffbusters for Em and Will, and it was Intel Lady, what I refer to as Intel Lady. So the woman who pretends she is MI5 paid asset helpline, how may I help you? And she has all the rollers in her hair. That was my first character, sitting in my living room on the phone to Charlie Ward and to Simon Parkes, talking about exposing M and Will and Tiz, and saying, you know, basically repeating all the rumours that Charlie Ward had tried to peddle about these people talking absolute nonsense. And I just made it into a sketch, sent it through to M, and said, I don't know if you like this, if you'll like this, or if you want to use it. If you want to use it on your next Griftbusters show, then go for it. And, you know, you'll get name checked or whatever. And then played it. And then after that, I think I did a few more a little bit like that. I did go way down in my video history, and you'll find them. And then I think the first like proper character I played after that was actually Lyman. I just went ahead and bought the comb over cap and glasses and bad jumpers and started doing Lyman, and he's still my favorite. So yes. Right, okay. Let me go back. This happens a lot. I'll be like, oh, let me just scroll through the chat again. Right. Yeah, MI5 lady. Did you follow some of these people and then decide it was nonsense? Yes, just Andy. Not in the sense that I was hanging off their every word, but because I come from a spiritual background, and that was where I started. I knew who a lot of these people were, especially people like David Wilcock, Simon Parkes. I knew who all these people were. And I noticed over time that they had gone from the love and light stuff and talking about spiritual stuff, although Simon Parkes talks about lots of kind of creepy jinn stuff and alien stuff. I just noticed a shift into the 17 stuff, and the sort of pro-Trump stuff. Now, look, you vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not trying to get political, but I noticed a shift from love and light to all of that kind of thing. And they were all there. I noticed they all started using the same terminology over and over again, the same buzzwords. And I thought, okay. And then I called them out on my other channel and said, you know, and I called them out by name. I called out David Wilcock, and I called out Simon, and I also dropped Charlie in as well. And it got me a lot of hate, and it got me a lot of pushback from people who had followed me for years. And, oh, you know what, how could you say that about these people? I got emails and all sorts, and I didn't care, because at the end of the day, I follow my gut instinct on things, and I follow my intuition. And I really felt for quite a long time that these people were just talking absolute bollocks, and I can't have that. And I care about the spiritual community, and I felt that they were getting brainwashed into a completely different world that is not healthy for anyone. So that's why I did that. That was such a long-winded way of answering that question. Oh, people who know me and have watched these live streams before, they're like, oh, here she goes. Right, Caroline. Before I get distracted answering anyone else's questions, Caroline mentioned the TikTok stuff at the moment. So if you follow, I know some of you don't have TikTok, understandable. It's a nightmare. I don't like TikTok particularly, but I have recently been winding up Just Stop Oil by parodying Just Stop Oil protesters. Some of them, one of them was loosely based on somebody who had put themselves in front of a car, and the car put his foot down. The car didn't put his foot down. The driver put his foot down, and the car went, you know, zooming. And the protester went full England footballer, throwing themselves down. And then when the camera, it was Just Stop Oil that was filming it, panned onto her, she had a big smirk on her face. So obviously she wasn't injured in any way. So I thought, I've got a wig that looks a lot like her hair, because she had very, very short, sort of quite boyish hair, and she wore a bobble hat thing. And I thought, right, I'm going to put my high vis on, and that wig and the bobble hat and some glasses, and I'm going to dress as much like her from that Just Stop Oil video as I can, and just do a real monotone sort of deadpan. I'm Sean with Just Stop Oil, and yesterday I was hit by anyway. So I thought no one's going to fall for this. Everyone's going to know that this is satire. Nobody's going to think anything of it. No, I was wrong. I underestimated TikTok yet again and forgot that a lot of people who use TikTok have the brain capacity of a crushed wood pigeon. And, you know, they don't get that I'm just pissing around. You know, they don't get that it's satire. So I have had, and I've never seen this with any video I have ever made before, I have had over 200,000 views of this video. I think that's called going viral. I'm so old. That's as close to going viral as I'll ever get. It's still going up, but it's slowed down a bit. But over 200,000 views on this video of me like being deadpan, pretending that I had been hit by a car when I hadn't, and the amount of people wishing all sorts of horrible things to me. They hate me. They hate me so much. And so I decided after about a week that I would start responding to them in character. You would think when I use terms like a hurty foot, I'm a grown adult using the term hurty foot, and suggesting that a car became agitated, not the driver of a car, but the actual car became agitated and drove at me, and actually used the term, let's say, comrades and viva la revolution and all that. And they still thought I was being serious. So I just carried on referring to them as if people comment, I'll call them comrades, or if someone goes, oh my God, hurty foot, I'm like, very hurty foot, you know, and they still come back at me and still think I'm being serious. It's kept me really busy, as if I'm not busy enough. But I just can't help but keep going back and forth with them, because I can't believe people are this dim. Sorry, but you know, I thought I was dumb. No, apparently there are many people that are stupider than me. Right. I Hate It Here season 2, more up to date than Catherine Tate. Oh, I love Catherine Tate. Love Catherine Tate. How do you scan and hail? Well, as TI, I'll just feel it out, Caroline. I just feel it. I scan them. I can imagine them in front of me, even if they're not, and then I can scan. But if someone is in front of me, I can also scan, and I can just feel it, and then I heal them. I've got healing hands. Right. Heard of Wayne Fox? No. Please tell me more. What do you have against crushed wood pigeons, Andy? You just can't get much conversation out of them, really. Nothing else. Just not great conversationalists. I think that's probably the main problem. Hello to all the cold beer gang who have arrived, and it's lovely to see you. Mark, have you received any backlash from the personalities you impersonate or their followers? Yes. Janice has a lot of very loyal followers, and they don't like me at all. And I always say, I've no idea who this Janine person is. I just talk about Janice, which annoys them even more. No one else really. I mean, obviously the Lyman lot occasionally come in and say, I think someone got really angry with me that was a fraudy fan. There are so many that are still so brainwashed on all of the awful things that they tell them that's happening underground. They're so stuck on that particular thing, and it's a little bit sick, but they believe it. And if you say it's not true, then they call you all sorts of things that I can't say on here. Right. Okay. Hi, Mustang Sally. Thank you for joining. Janice's supporters had a sense of humour meltdown. Yes, I think you're right, Rabbit, they did. Definitely. But I don't think the backlash hasn't been that bad. I think actually mainly because I'm a really small channel and people don't know who I am. I think if my channel had more subscribers and more views, I think I'd get a massive backlash from all of the true believers, you know, all of the hardcores. They would go absolutely crackers, wouldn't they? They just can't. And the way I respond to people, I tend to respond in character as well, which just winds people up even more. It's much more fun to respond in character to things than just talk as boring old me, as you're probably discovering now. Right. Okay. Thank you, Gary. Hair slicked back for, you know, ease of wigs. And as I said earlier, very orange face tonight. Look at the hand to face difference. I've oranged up. This is the orange that I use when I'm doing Trixie. And I have to paint it everywhere. But I've just gone down the neck. That's it. But as you can see, there's a difference. Right. Okay. Hi, Ray. I keep trying to make them see. Yeah, they'll only see when they want to. Hi, Rachel. She's flown in from Asda. My God, going wild in the aisles on a Saturday night. Best time to go to a supermarket because no one else is there. Right. Yes, please send any questions that you have in all caps, and then, you know, I can see them. If you do carry custody, can you get a dripping eye? I've never played with a dripping eye, but I try not to open my eyes too much when I'm playing her because she's getting me bothered. But also, you know, yeah, I try. It's hard to age myself sometimes when I'm doing characters like that. I just love how not asked Kerry is. She's not asked, is she? She can't be asked. It's like, I suppose I should do a video. But yeah, you turn their balmy negativeness into an enjoyable positive. You should start your own group in competition with them. Where? No. Oh God, no. I don't want to. Although somebody did suggest that I that I set up a Telegram channel as Lyman and just insult everybody, which I would enjoy. To be fair, I would enjoy it, but I'd literally get absolutely nothing done in my day if I was fannying about on Telegram insulting people as Lyman. Can you do a full Nino meltdown while Guano Savin Pappy? I haven't done Nino, but I am ordering a prop, part of a costume, that I could also use as Nino and do Nino as well. I might do. Killed two birds with one stone. Yes. I might do that, actually. I do need to exhaust myself by adding more characters, don't I? Can you translate Linda Good McGillis for us? I don't know who that is. I've never heard of them. Who are they? Oh, Will, for heaven's sake. That's my prop. That's the prop that I'm getting. Yeah. And you're right. I could actually do I could do Jaco as well, couldn't I? He'd be fairly easy to do, but yeah, that's the prop. That's the prop I'm getting. Yeah, there's a couple of things, but that's one of them. So I'm just waiting to do that. And, you know, if people would like to go to buymeacoffee.com/Intel Lady and do a little donation, that would help me buy what Will's just written in the chat. So some of them are expensive. The cheaper you go, the more unrealistic they are. So anyway, can you do a happy Lyman? Well, this is so annoying because I did. on the video that I'm now unsure about putting out, Lyman was very smiling, very happy, a little bit flirty, if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm sort of annoyed. I'm really tempted to put it out, but it's not in context now because they've pulled out the flipping tour. Oh, people keep telling me to do this Ishmael guy, and I actually need to watch stuff with him. I know he goes on with Janine, doesn't he? So maybe I need to have a look at that and add another character in. Oh my God! Right. So I'm not just going to sit here and talk to you because I'm sure you'll get bored. Okay. Oh, okay. Another question. Is it too early for the Pym story? Yes. Well, for a start, Ceci, I haven't had a drop, have I? This isn't Pym's, by the way. God, if it was, I would have necked it by now. Pym's tells you it's summertime. I don't know. I'm building up the Pym story like it's really exciting, interesting, and hilarious. And it's probably a bit boring, actually, when I tell it. So maybe I won't. Right. I'm going to... Yes, it was you, Ceci, that suggested the Telegram channel, and I may well do it. Right. I'm going to open up the lines now. Do call in to the fictional number that I don't have if you would like me to play a character. It is a good size. He always gives me drinks in it. Imagine if that had been full to the brim. Absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. So if you would like me to play a character, I have all the usual gang here. Request away and I will don whatever wig, bald cap, etc., etc. I need to put on and play whatever you want me to play. I may have to jump up from my chair because there's a few things that are slightly out of my reach. Bear in mind also I have this stupid allergy cough that keeps annoying me. I'm just moving drinks out of the way so I don't actually knock things over. Right. Where are we at? Oh, Kim Cookhold. Oh God, her hat is miles away. Hold on. The first one I get requested and my hat is miles away. Just wait 1 second, folks. I'm on it. I have the hat. I just need to grab. Oh crap. I'm so professional. God, these finger things that Will bought, really, they stick to absolutely everything. Oh no, I don't put that around my neck, do I? Put it around my head. Excuse me. Right.
Hi guys, it's Kim Cookhold here. Listen, you guys, my family's told me that I'm not allowed to talk about all the God dreams I keep having. But I've got to tell you about one that I had the other day because, as you all know, I work with Trump. I work as part of the Trump team, and I send my little messengers around. As much as possible to disseminate all of the intel that I'm getting from Mr. Trump. And let me tell you right now, that guy is innocent of absolutely everything, especially all the financial things that they're trying to pin on him. And I know for a fact that Uncle Tessie said that he is not only an expert in technology, but that Trump is going to appoint him as part of his team when he gets back in the White House. And it was a God dream, but it was also a download from Uncle Tessie. So now you know that he's going to be part of the new administration. And if you don't believe me, then you're not real patriots. Okay? And I've got to go now because I think Uncle Tessie's coming in with more downloads. I've got a lot to take in and I've got to write it all down. Okay,
great. Sorry about that. It's actually very, very hard to do that character when I'm constantly needing to flipping cough. She's a nightmare to do when I've got a bad cough, by the way. So I have to be very, very careful. Right. Nice to see more people coming in. Hi, book girl. Nice to see you. The flamingos do take to the next level. They stick to everything. the worst texture, the horrible. But right, let me just get some hot drink. That might actually help my throat. Okay. Any other requests? Any other requests? Downing one. I'm not downing any drinks. David Wilcock. Right, hold on. Where's my David Wilcock wig? David Wilcock is having what can only be described as some sort of breakdown at the moment. He is absolutely barking. I don't know if any of you tuned into Stephen Cambion last night, but Stephen Cambion rang David Wilcock live on air, and oh my God, who else? Laura Eisenhower actually had a conversation with her, and Jimmy Church, to tell them all that Corey Good has doxed all of their phone numbers. And it was, and unfortunately I had to go out in my car. So I'm like, no, I'm missing this. This is the best. But unfortunately, David Wilcock had already changed his number, which is a bit annoying. But there you go. Hey, truth seekers, it's David Shilcon here. I know that all of you guys have been wondering where I've been. Well, I have been in a deep, deep meditation, lasting sometimes for months, and I have been communicating with the Archangel Michael. I know that many other people claim to communicate with him, but I do it more, and I'm going to write a new book about it that I'm going to sell for $33.33. That's right, my life with Archangel Michael. And you know something? I'm going to run a course about how to ascend. And I know what you're thinking. Hang on a minute. I spent $333 at least twice to ascend, and yet I still haven't ascended. Why is that? Well, if you spend another $333, I'll tell you why you didn't ascend the first and the second time, and then you can also buy my new book. David Wilcock still communicating with animals and writing a new book. We haven't seen the hover cars that he was crowdfunding for. I don't know how many tens of thousands of pounds he got from lying and telling everyone he was creating a hover car, but the only thing he got out of that was a divorce, because his wife went, okay, you know, where the hell's all our money gone? This person is a con artist and he's never made any aerial vehicles in his life. Yeah, so he's not produced the hover cars he claimed he was going to produce in under a year. I think he said in under a year he was going to do it. It's well over a year now. No hover cars. Yeah, he's writing a new book, and he's been communicating with Archangel Michael. Not only T.I. communicates with Archangel Michael, David Wilcock does as well. And he is losing it. He's coming out with the craziest things. But if you if you tune into Stephen Cambion, he exposes on Truth Seekers, he exposes David Wilcock a lot and goes through all the lies that he's told, all the promises he's made that have never come to fruition. And it's eye-watering to think he's got as many fans as he does, because wow. Right. Yeah, and it's always the head thing, by the way, for those of you who have never watched David Wilcock, is bizarrely, to do his YouTube live streams, because he wasn't filming for anywhere else, he needed multiple cameras. So he needed different camera angles, and he never got the right camera. Whenever he did it, he never got the right camera. He always went to the wrong camera, and just used to blame his wife, or now ex-wife, for everything going wrong. He can't admit his own incompetence because he's a narcissist. Right. Sorry, I need to go back over the chat because I've probably missed a load. What did you second? Let me spin back. Yeah, Cheer Maria, this is orange. I know it doesn't look it because of my lights, but my husband can vouch for this. I've got a very orange face, but you can't tell because of the lights. Right. I can't do BBB, Maria. You know I can't. Lisa Marie, how about a tarot by Janice reading? And I just had a moment of horror because I don't know where Janice's fingers are. I'll have a little think about where Janice's fingers are, and then I will do that. That's a good idea. I will do that. That's two people, because Alex wants a reading by Janice as well. Right. I did, when I was setting up, I did think, I need to find Janice's fingers. Oh, God. And yes, but I think Polenta Trixie will do a download, Ceci. Right. Oh, man. I've got a box full of... do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask for my glamorous assistant to come in and... Oh, God. I almost said the wrong thing then. I nearly said, okay, I'm going to ask my glamorous assistant to come in and rummage around my box. Oh dear. No, I wonder if he's. I can hear movement. I think he's on his way. I know roughly where they are, but I'm not wasting time when I could be responding to you lot, rummaging through a flipping props box. They could be anywhere. I do keep them in a little bag somewhere. But you can't do Janice without the nails. I mean, I can't pick up any flipping cards with those nails, but, you know. I do need prop assistant. Or was that it might be my son walking about upstairs. Help! I need fingers. Right. Where? Oh, no, now I hear movement. Now I can hear movement. He's on his way. He's on his way. He's not light-footed at all. Thud, thud, thud. On his way in now. So I'll just... could you have a rummage and see if you can find... oh, God, turn that volume off. See if you can find Janice's... I can see a finger down there, look. I can see one. So the rest should be near. I'm so organised. This is so professional, as you can see. There's a rogue finger down there. Could you grab it? Thank you. Right. That'll be all, Jeeves. That'll be all. Right. Can't do a... Oh, God, don't look. Everything will fall off. I'm hardwired, and the wire has to go under the door. It's a really professional setup we've got going on here, as you can tell. Right. Okay. So if anyone ever requests a reading from Janice, then the fingers have to go on, you see. And actually, putting fingers on one hand when you've got fingers on the other hand is a nightmare. And, oh God, here we go. Oh, I didn't do my hair. Oh dear. There we go. There we are. Got some strands. Got some strands going on. Just imagine I've got a ton of jewellery on as well. Let's all use our imaginations tonight. It's going so well, isn't it? It's going so well. Oh, hello. This is Tarot by Janice. I'm Janice, and today I'm going to be doing an impromptu reading. Many things have happened recently all around the world, and some of you are particularly interested in what is happening with the tunnels. If you remember, we have told you for many years that there are secret underground tunnels. Do not get them mixed up with the secret underground cities that I did a full reading on. If you wish to watch that, you need to go back through the videos on the channel. But actually, now I'm talking about the tunnels underground that are housing the mole children. And we all know why they're there. Nobody knows where the parents are or why they haven't reported their children missing. But that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because this is about where they are and what they are doing. And in order to get some more clarity on the subject, I just need to bring in the parrots. So let's just if we could all just breathe in. And let's let the parrots come through. Just allow that parrot energy just to come through now. Feeling it. They're coming in. They're flying in. I can feel their wings flapping against me. Here. Yep. Here. And they're here. Okay, great. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect in with the tunnels. And what I'm going to do is use tunnel vision just to bring in, I'm just going to create a tunnel now. I'm just going to blow the energy of the parrots into the tunnel. Here we go. Can you feel that? You can feel it. I can feel this. Wow. You bet. You bet. I'm feeling it. I could feel it. So what I'm picking up is that these mole children have been used for a purpose. And I can't say what that is, but as you can imagine, I just want you to imagine, use your wildest imagination and think of the worst things in the world, because that's what we do in the love and light world, is we create horror stories for the good patriots and all of the follow the true believers, to imagine the worst in a love and light kind of a way, and imagine their worst fears as parents, and then just allow that to fester and boil and bubble over, and then it becomes something of an obsession. And that's what we're trying to create here, and the parents are okay with that too. So what I'm going to do now is I just want you to imagine Mr. T. We all know who Mr. T is. We all know Mr. T. We know Mr. T. And I want you to imagine him flying in with his cape behind him, flying into the flying solo into the tunnels with his cape behind him. And he's going in and he is single-handedly rescuing. This is what the parrots, I'm only showing you what the parrots are showing me. Single-handedly rescuing the mole children, just bringing them out, just imagine him bringing them out, just one by one out, Here they come. Here they are, and putting them on the med beds, because of course Mr. T has access to the med beds, and that is a really important thing. So, if you could all imagine, I know this has nothing to do with any of the questions that have been asked of me, but this is just the road that I'm going down because this is what the parrots have told me to talk about. Okay, so I want you to all imagine that you are Mr. T. I'm sure you can. I'm sure this is everything you've ever wanted. Okay, imagine you are all Mr. T. Okay, and I want you to imagine that cape fluttering behind you. Imagine that cape and imagine you flying into the tunnels, flying in and rescuing, pulling out each of the mole children, just pulling them out, just get them out. And you and Mr. T have become one. You and Mr. T have become one. It's a beautiful moment. He's happy, you're happy, and the mole children are happy. Placed onto the med beds, which he has full access to. Um, Only patriots will have access to the med beds, but the mole children have to go there first. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I don't know what any of the other questions you're asking were. I don't have my cards today. I don't have my cards. And so I'm just going to think of one. I'm just going to think of a card. Pick a card, any card. I'm just going to think of a card now. Okay, I'm going to think of the tower. I'm going to think of the tower. And the tower, even though in tarot, the tower can be a terrible thing, when it comes to Mr. T, we know that it means Trump Tower. And that is actually a positive sign. So I'm going to reimagine the tower as a card as a positive because it is all to do with Mr. T. And as you know, when I'm reading the cards, everything relates back to Mr. T. And that is what I'm feeling. So I just in my mind, I just picked a card and it just so happened to be the tower. And that means it's Mr. T, that he's going to be reinstated probably in 2025, but that doesn't matter. He's going to definitely be reinstated. And that is because he is the person who is meant to rightfully take his place in the White House. And that is what it's all about. Right. They actually stuck on quite well this time. Usually they go flying. I think it's to do with the heat. It's getting warmer. Oh, right. Oh, they're off. Oh, that's better. That's better. Oh God. I don't like unnatural things stuck on. I have a real issue with it. I have an ick with it. Right. I haven't been looking at the chat at all. So let me spin it back. Karen, I hope I haven't offended you too much, dear. Right. Alexander, went well. Went well. I can almost smell the sarcasm with that. That went well. I don't know about you lot, but I really felt that parrot energy. I could feel it. Save them all, children. They do look like chilies, Caroline. You're quite right. What do the Uno cards say? We do have Uno cards. I should have brought those. I should have thought about that. Never mind. Next time. Next time. Right. Sorry, that I'm not trying to be completely silent. I'm just spinning through the chat. Right. I don't think anyone else has asked me a question, have they? No. I should have given him a blast of Lyman's honker. That would have got him down the stairs quicker, wouldn't it? He's watching Eurovision, honestly, truly outrageous. Right. Okay. No one can. No, I don't need the glossary filling. Good God, I haven't even finished my tea. I do this as a sort of pigeon drink. at things when I can't take big glugs of anything. Right, Michael. Oh, we had a question for Janice. I dreamt a kangaroo purchased an SUV. What does that mean? Maybe, but it's too late. I think you should perhaps pose that question to TI, because I have a feeling that she will probably come on as well at some point. But that's up to somebody to ask, or if it's TI, to ask her. If you don't ask me, I can't do it. Right. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to request a character within reason? Some of them I can't. Some of them I don't have the resources to do. How's Becky doing with the cleaning? She's doing marvelously. She's been honked out a number of times, but she is doing it. Right. Okay. Karen Mitchell, David Icke. David Icke would probably be quite easy to do. He's the grumpiest man in the world, isn't he? He's like he's just permanently peed off. He's had enough. He wants to go home. He's just sick of everything, isn't he? I don't think David Icke has ever smiled in his life, has he? He's just permanently annoyed. Right. Okay, Stephen. Oh dear. Excuse me. It's a really annoying flipping cough, is this? Driving me nuts. Right. TI for Stephen. Hold on. This is a really cheap wig, this one. Absolutely cheap. Oh, hi, it's targeted individual here. Listen, right, yous lot, I really appreciated you joining me for TI Friday, and I'm more than happy to come back and do another TI Friday with you again, because I really felt the connection between us. You know, I could feel your love for me, and I hope that you felt my like for you. I hope you did. I really, really do hope so. Now, do you know what? I am so excited. My life just gets better and better and better. My sexy ass man. Oh, I love him so much. I think I do anyway. He's amazing. He's bought me an holiday. I'm going away again. I've been down Primark buying bikinis and sun hats and that and sunglasses. In fact, I've been wearing my new sunglasses on the school run to show off to all the school mums. They don't like me anyway, so I don't really care what they think. But I can't stop telling social media and anyone who listens to me in the playground about my new holiday, what's coming up. I just felt like I really deserved it. I felt like I really needed it. And, you know, here we are. When you've got a boyfriend as amazing as mine, you know, you end up being taken on holiday left and right. I'm leaving the kids. With their dads. Their dads will come and get them eventually, so I'm not bothered. But it's just me and him again, and lots of incredible adventures on the beach. You know, I just hope I don't get followed by no clone dogs again like last time, because that was an absolute nightmare. Couldn't believe it. I've gone all the way to Fuerteventura, right? All the way I did. And what happens? I get followed. Now, you know, I just feel as though I've got a choir of angels watching over me, you know. I do. I feel as though they're all watching over me. But in particular, right, I've got Archangel Michael. Now, I heard that David Wilcock is writing a book with Archangel Michael, and that Archangel Michael's downloading information. Let me tell you something about him. I don't believe it. I don't trust it. I don't think he's communicating with Archangel Michael. Not like I do. I do it proper. I do it proper. And I can just stand in the middle of the street and suddenly start connecting in. So if there's anyone in the chat, right, that wants me to connect in with Archangel Michael for them and give them a special message, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. And I'll do it for free. I mean, if you could buy me a vodka tonic as well when you next see me, that would be amazing. But mostly I'll do it for free. Okay. So, right, Caroline, you want a reading. So let me just connect in with you. I'm just going to scan you. I'm just going to do a scan, a body scan. Right. I'm picking up a very feminine energy. Is that right? Yeah. Very feminine energy. I think I can feel that. I'm just going by feeling. I don't know nothing about you. Right. I'm getting a sense of mother as well. I think you've got kids. If you've got kids, Caroline, I think you've got kids. Several kids. I'm feeling it. I can feel it. Right. Here's your message from Archangel Michael. He said, you are deserving of love and that you are a wonderful girl, hun, and you should just believe in yourself. That is direct from Archangel Michael. He said, you're a wonderful girl, hun, and that you will find love eventually. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it, from Archangel Michael? He's amazing, isn't he? I love it. Right. Love and light, Caroline, love and light. He's going now. So that was his last message for you. Love and light. I hope that helped. I hope it helped. Right. Anyone else want a reading? Maria, I'll do one for you. Right. I'm just connecting in. I'm getting a sea. I'm getting an ocean. I feel like there's an ocean between us, Maria. I'm feeling an ocean. And I also feel that this is like your emotions as well. It's like as wide as an ocean, like maybe the Atlantic. Yeah, maybe the Atlantic that I'm feeling. I can feel that emotion. And that, yeah, that's all I'm getting. I'm just getting a wall of emotion. And also, you might need the toilet. You might need to go toilet because there's a lot of water here. There's a lot of water. Have you got a urine infection, Maria? Is that what it is? That might be what it is, actually. So I'd just say go doctors. Just have loads of cranberry juice. That works really, really well. It's not a myth. That actually works. It actually works. Right. Love and light to you, Maria. Love and light, hun. Love and that's from Archangel Michael. He said, love and light, hun. He said, love and light, hun. Right. Well, I hope that you all got some benefit from those readings as well. I often say that even if you ain't the person what is asking the question, you can also benefit. So some of you might have a urine infection that you need to clear up. So that might have helped you. I hope it did. I hope it helped. I hope it helped, lovelies. I hope it helped, beautifuls. Oh, I love you all so much. I'm going on holiday. Yeah, going on holiday. Love and light. I love you. Love you. Right. Oh, sorry, Rachel. I'm sure there'll be someone else who want to do readings as well. Yeah. Right. Let me spin up, spin back. Hi, Michael. Can we have the Pym story? I feel like I've built this Pym story up and it's a bit silly now. Okay, so as a child and as a young teen, I'd never heard of Pimm's as a drink. For those of you in America, you might not have heard of Pimm's. It's a very delectable British alcoholic drink that you put with lemonade and lots of fruit and cucumber and mint leaves and stuff. It's almost like a cocktail, really. Anyway, I'd never heard of Pimm's, never heard of it. And then this is a story about being out of your depth. Okay, this is a story about being completely and utterly out of your depth socially, right? So I never heard of this drink before. And then I started when I was in my early 20s. I very briefly dated a doctor. It didn't work. It didn't work. I was an actor. He was a doctor. It was never going to work. And he took me to this party full of professors and consultants and people whose intelligence level was head and shoulders above mine. I was just an actor. I didn't know anything. I drank beer and didn't really know anything. I didn't know stuff. Anyway, so it was at some professor's house, and they lived in like this mansion, and they had this massive garden, and it was like a garden party, and they had tables and tables of food and alcohol. They even had a library. They had a library in their house, a library with books. Can you imagine? And I'd never seen anything like this before, and I felt completely out of my depth. Anyway, sometimes I babble when I'm nervous and out of my depth, and I don't know what I'm doing. And this very posh doctor was talking to the person that I was with, and she said, "We have PIMS." And then she turned to me and went, "Do you take PIMS?" And I just froze up because I thought, "Oh, what is PIMS? What's PIMS? I don't know what PIMS is." And so I thought I could just be honest and say, I don't know what PIMS is. Maybe look a bit dumb in the process, but instead I went, "Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. And so I just hummed and hawed about PIMS. In the end, I swiped to PIMS, went, "This is good shit. My God." And then I fell in love with PIMS. But I was mortified because I didn't know it was a drink. But the way she asked the question, "Do you take PIMS? Do you take PIMS? Do you take tea?" And I was just like, I'm not from this world. I don't know. So, yeah. So, "Do you take PIMS?" resulted in me going, "Well, I'm not sure. I mean, sometimes I do know." And she just looked at me like I was nuts and went, "It's through there anyway." And I walked in and just saw rows and rows of these delightful drinkies. I was like, 1, 2. A nightmare. So yeah, that was my PIMS story. I do love PIMS now. It's what summer's all about as far as I'm concerned, folks. But terrible. And suffice to say, the relationship with the doctor didn't last long. He's a very strange man. Didn't like him in the end. The most boring voice I've ever heard in my life. Had the most boring voice. True fact. This actually happened. His voice was so boring that when I was on the phone to him once, I fell asleep. He was talking. He had quite a monotone voice. And he was just talking about something, and then I realised I did the sort of snork thing when I was like, "Oh!" That I'd actually fallen asleep. That is how interesting and exciting this guy was. So no, the relationship didn't last for long. Anyway, hey, all watching quietly. Let Intel Lady know you are here or are still here. Yes, please do let me know you're here. Hello, Tolkien Study. Hello. Thank you for joining. Did you see how unprepared MM was during her photo shoot? So prepared she wore Diana's watch. Who goes hiking wearing tens of thousands of pounds worth of jewelry? The same person that called the paparazzi to come and take photographs of her. Yes, she did. Diana's watch. Very petty, isn't it? That's why I like to parody her, because she's so ridiculously petty. It's just, oh, dear. Right. Anyway, thank you for joining. When I was at Heathrow Airport, says Jo Maria, and I was asked what I do for work, I said BIM coordinator. And he thought I said pimp coordinator. You should have gone with that. I would have gone with that. Gone, yeah, the pimp in life. Whew. You've got to coordinate it. You've got to coordinate that pimp in life. You really do. Oh. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for coming. Hello, Joey. Thank you for coming from. Thank you, Will, for rounding everyone up. So it's not cider talking. I can't drink cider. It's my no drink. Once you've vomited out of your nose on a certain alcoholic drink, you literally can't ever drink that drink ever again. And it's cider for me and Malibu. Cider and Malibu, can't drink it. This is a sort of mango cocktail thing. It's very nice and goes to one side very quickly, so I'm going to have to be careful. Pernod. Never had Pernod. Heard bad things about Pernod. Right. Hi, Michael from Chicago. Right. Why does... Oh, do you mean what does Lyman drink? You could ask Lyman what he drinks. Would anyone like to ask Lyman some questions? I'm absolutely certain, because I think we've got questions for Lyman, haven't we? Like, why have you pulled out of the tour? That's what I want to know. He does drink lemonade. If you've watched the shorts that me and Em did at the Comcast, he ordered a lemonade from the bar. Did Lyman? He was pushing the boat out when he did that, and yeah. So he's not a secret lemonade drinker. He's a very public one, actually. Public lemonade drinker. Does Lyman actually sleep? No. He probably spends all night doing some sort of weird ritual, I would imagine. Right. Any more requests for characters at Intel Lady? Yes. Lyman, please. We need to hear an explanation after forking out on £300 gold ticket. Is that how much people pay to go to the tour? Okay. I'm going to get Lyman. Stupid cough. Right. Let me get the job. Can't do Lyman without a good sweater, Maddie. You can't do it. Can't do it. And no, the stripper character is not happening. In order to do Trixie, I have to literally paint my entire chest orange. The same orange that I have on my face. It takes a long time. And no. No. We'll stick to Lyman, I think. Right, sweaters on. We mean business when the sweater's on. That's it. It's go time when the sweater's out, you know. Right, let's get this organised. Put the glasses on. And we're nearly there. Now we're motoring, as they say. That's what they say, isn't it? I don't know who they are, but that's what they say. Probably do. Right. Right. Hello. Look, it's not what you wanted to hear. I know some of you are in terrible shock, really terrible shock. Some of you crying. Some of you are just banging your head against a wall, and I can understand why. Myself and Becky Pegg came to a very important decision. I knew that it was time for me to pull out. Becky Pegg was crying. I said, I've got to do it. I have to do it. And this is the situation. Now, some people think it's because we've had a falling out with Fraudy. Me and Fraudy, as they say in America, are tight. We're tight. We be tight. That's what they say in America. I think that's what they say in the United States of America. But that's not the reason. I had the white hats, the good guys, the higher ups, did the security detail did a sweep of the venue and deemed it unsafe for patriots. And I took this to Fraudy, and he said we need the money. We need that sweet cash from our our followers, and not I'll do anything. I'll put you at risk. I'll put anyone at risk. I just want the money. And I said, I don't feel comfortable with that, because that means I'm not safe. Bugger the rest of you, I'm not safe. So in the end, that that was it for me. I just felt that I had to. And now some of you are saying it's because I've had a falling out with Fraudy. No, that's not it. And some of you are saying I'm trying to distance myself from Fraudy because his name has become mainstream because they did a hit piece on him and called him, you know, 17 a supporter of the gang of you know, and exposed him. I'm not afraid of men that are exposed. I'm too alpha for that. That's not what it is. It's simply because the security detail deemed it unsafe. I can't go, even though I don't know where it was that I was going, because we didn't actually give the address out at all, and that was deliberate. But the white hats knew. The white hats knew. And now some of you are asking, and I get it. I do. I get it. Some of you are asking, Lyman, why are you wearing women's makeup? Now, look, this is all part of the plan. I can't go about my daily life because I am very targeted by the three-letter agencies, and particularly the CIA. I mean, they're all over me. They're all over me. And unfortunately, I sometimes have to dress as a woman. I've got the eyes on. I've got these things on. I've got Vicky Peg to do it for me, the makeup. And I mean, I don't know why she doesn't wear any, but anyway. And you know, I look at myself in the mirror and I think I probably would, if I saw that in a bar. I absolutely would. That's all I'm saying. I think she's done, and that's a compliment to Vicky Peg. She did a good job with the makeup. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But look, this is it's a difficult situation. I didn't want to let the fans down. Myself and Vicky Peg have decided instead what we're going to do is we're going to invite everyone in our organisation to join us in an online tour. I don't know why we keep calling it a tour, because we're not travelling anywhere other than from the bric-a-brac shop to the fireplace. I mean, that's all, you know, that's the only travelling, the touring that we're doing. But we've decided Vicky Peg is even going to clean the house, even though it's virtual. She's going to do it. I've told her to. I told her to crack on, to be honest. She's slacked off this week, I think, a little bit with that. But look, this is why I'm not. It's just not safe. I'd rather stay in my own home and do a virtual, you know, tour with you, Great Awakening, a virtual Great Awakening talk with myself and Vicky Peg, than take the risk of being in grave danger. So I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I won't do it to myself or Vicky Peg, but mainly me. And that's why. So I am in disguise as a woman. And it's only because the white hats have dictated that that's what I have to do. You might not think that it's, you know, you might not think that that's the reason, but I'm telling you that it is. I know a lot of things, and I'm not going to open it up any further than that. But what I will say is, what, Mark? Do you wear a blouse under that cardigan too? When the white hats tell me to. Mark, I'm getting a strong beta energy from you, Mark. So even ask a question and write blouse in it. It just screams beta. It does. You shouldn't have to ask that question. I only do what the white hats tell me that I need to do. And that's how it is. Right. Now, if any of you have got any sensible questions that you would like to ask me, I'm happy, once I've thoroughly vetted the questions, to answer them. If it's not to my liking, then obviously I'm not going to do that. You just need to understand that this is how I work. Okay. Is Elvis in the White House with Trump? I do believe that Elvis is needed in Memphis. That's what the White Hats told me. Right. Question from Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Lyman. Who's Pitty Peg? It's Bicky Peg, Sharon. Bicky Peg. Jealous of what a great looking woman you turn into. If so, how do you handle her then? Well, she is jealous, Sharon. She's jealous of pretty much everything that I do. She doesn't say that, but her body language and the way she witters on tells me everything that I need to know. So yes, I think so. Michael, QFS going live, like right. Well, what we have to do with this is, as you know, disinformation is necessary, and sometimes when Fraudy screams from the rooftops, oh, it's definitely happening, it's all happening, this is going live, that's going live. Sometimes he's lying, not because he's a liar, but because he's told he's got to. And that's what it is. That's the reason. So I hope that clears it up. Michael, when is Zaka releasing her first single and going on her first tour? I don't think she's musical. She's not a musical hybrid, Michael. So I think the answer to that question is it's not happening. Right. Lyman, Rabbit Leader. Why have you returned putting videos on social platforms after previously right, listen, look, just look, listen. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, Mr. Rabbit. I do what I am told to do by the White Hats, higher ups, good guys. And if they tell me that I am to leave, to pull myself off, and then to put myself back on again, that's what I'll do. They told me to pull out, so I pulled out. They told me to pull myself off, so I pulled myself off. And then I put myself back on again. You know, I just do what I am told to do by the good guys, the White Hats, the higher ups. If you don't like that, Rabbit, you know, I don't know what else to tell. I don't know what else to tell you. But that's just how it is. Okay? Right. If any more from you, you can take yourself off. Right. Lyman, can you sing well? Will you release an album soon called 17 Songs to Sell One's Soul? Sounds very deep and meaningful. Cheer, Maria. But no, singing isn't my strong point, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not. I can rap. Do if you've seen Confessions of a Driving Instructor, I did a bit of rapping, didn't I? I did a bit of hippity hopping. It wasn't rapping; it was hippity hopping while I was driving, and everyone thoroughly enjoyed my rendition. So I might do something. I might do songs to sing when you're driving. Might do that. We'll have to see if it's popular. If enough people demand it, then I'll do it. Intel, I was thought the multiple NDAs Fraudy was under. Thanks for the clarification. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it. We're still under multiples. But sometimes I can break out of them with permission, of course. Cheer, Maria, I'll listen to it. I bet you will. Yeah, I might do it. Cheer, Maria. Great songs for drive. I'll probably give it a really catchy title, like really great songs for driving, something like that. If the money runs out, if enough people are not, purchasing these bad boys. I mean, these are so popular amongst my organization. People love them. Oh, Brenda. Hello, Brenda. Brenda's a game girl, isn't she? Brenda, you're amazing, Brenda. You are. Thank you very much for your generosity. I'm sending you a tie, Brenda. You've got no choice in the matter. It's coming through to you. Full instructions. You'll know what to do. You will. You'll know what to do. Right. A friend mentioned SP to me the other day. Stephen. Well, they've got good taste, haven't they? They've got good taste. If they're talking about me, then they've got good taste. Right. Right. Okay. So, Tolkien's. What kind of music does Lyman like? Well, I mentioned the hippity hop, didn't I? Occasionally, I will listen to a little bit of Simon and Garfunkel, but sometimes they're too racy. Sometimes it goes they sound like communists. I'll be honest, they do. We don't like that, do we? So I can't always listen to them, but sometimes I like it. Sometimes I like a little bit. If I want to sound sophisticated, when I'm meeting dignitaries and important people, I'll put on classic FM. Don't know any of the music, don't recognize any of it, but it sounds good to other people. And it's supposed to help you grow new neural pathways. That's what I read. So I will whack a bit of classic FM on to impress people. Like to do that. To be honest, I will put the radio on just to drown out Bicky Peg's wittering. She don't half witter, that one. And sometimes it's hard to. I zone her out as much as I can. I do zone her out, but sometimes I've just got to put the radio on and turn the volume up to drown her out. I'm half tempted to bring the cats in on car journeys with her sometimes, because she just drones on, and it's too much. I'd rather listen to the cats screaming at being in a car than listening to Bicky Peg sometimes. I really would. Just being honest. Shh, don't tell Bicky Peg. Sometimes she listens outside. Do you think you have been in contact with Simon Garth? I mean, if I could connect in with them, I'd tell them to calm down with the almost protest sounding songs. I know they went the separate ways, but if they were ever to join again, they'd have to tone it down if they wanted me to listen. But anyway, Lyman, is M Seeker an alpha or a beta? Well, I mean, he's a beta, isn't he? M Seeker of Truth knows that when he's dealing with me, he's dealing with an alpha, and he backs off. He backs off immediately. He doesn't. If you'll notice, he doesn't bother. He doesn't bother with me anymore because I've frightened him. I have intimidated him with my alpha greatness, and I've exposed his truth, which is that he's a beta. He's only 5'2" as well, in real life. So I mean, that screams beta, and he is. I heard he's growing a soy beard. He is. So there you go. There you are. And he's come in the chat. He's trying to front me. That's what they say in America. He's trying to front me. And he said, did I back up? Oi, stop being a hater. Oh, he's so common, isn't he? Did I back off at Comcast? No, you pestered. You pestered at Comcast. You absolutely pestered me. And no, frankly, I don't think. I wasn't intimidated by you. I was irritated, and that's why I drove off. I wasn't frightened. I was irritated and sickened by your badgering of me So that's why I left. I left my wife because I was so harassed. So, you know, that's what betas do. They just harass alphas. That's classic beta behavior, is that. Right. M Secret of Truth is saying that there's an incoming bombshell and we have to look out for it on his channel. We don't scare me, Seeker. Don't scare me. I know your game. Don't scare me at all. Right. Okay. Well, Bicky Peg was fine. She had the honker and she honked you away. So I don't know why you're coming back with that, Seeker. I really don't. Okay. Now, has anybody else got any question they want to ask me before I go? Welcome to the show. Is alphabet spaghetti a good medium for contacting the others? Right. Very glad you've got. Thank you for. Good. We've got a sensible question in the chat. That's good. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you've asked that. I am so glad you've asked me that question. It's a really good question. Here's what I'm going to say. Alphabet spaghetti is satanic. It is used. The jinn find it very, very easy to lock in to your soul if you're using alphabeti spaghetti. Now, I banned it from the house. Bicky Peg's not allowed to buy it anymore. When I discovered that the spaghetti was moving itself around the plate and making rude words to me. I think the first one was baldy. And I thought, my God, we've got some gin in. We've got some gin on the plate. And from that moment onwards, also Mum told me that it's a gateway. It's a satanic gateway. So you can't use alphabeti spaghetti or any brand of it. It's very dangerous. Yeah. So what a great question. I love questions. Any questions like that are great. Because I do know the answers to them. And I would say 100% stay away from alphabet spaghetti. Don't do it. Dangerous, really dangerous, actually. Gary's right. Gary's telling you in the chat, it's demonic. So I hope you've learned something today. I really do. Hope you've learned something. Right. 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 Any more questions? Because I can hear Bicky Peg outside whittering. She's whittering. I told her to take the dogs out. I don't think she's done that. As a punishment, I'm not taking a dogging tomorrow. We were going to go, but I'm not bothering now because she just doesn't do as I ask her. So that's the end of it. But any more questions before I go? You've been told now what's going on. I'm sorry that it's not what you wanted to hear. And if you have bought tickets, David Baloney is still there with his side piece. She's there too. And there's someone called Karen going to be there as well. Looks remarkably like her name, I think. Same sort of age range as Bicky Peg as well. They would have got on. I'm absolutely certain of it. They could have talked about menopause together, that sort of thing. But unfortunately, for security reasons, where I've pulled us out, and that's the end of it. Mark, I mean, love's a bit strong, pal. I am an alpha. I'm very, very alpha. I don't feel that way about you. What I'm going to say is I appreciate and like you very much, Mark. But I'm not prepared to beta myself in front of people by giving you any more affection than that. I hope you understand. Right. Oh, there's another question from Sharon. Sharon, you're very keen. Don't tell Biggie back. Right. Question. Are you hang on. Let me go back, Sharon. Just between you and me. Lyman. I heard the world is going to have an alien invasion very soon, since Charles was king. Oh, Are you part of this mission? If so, are they friendly? Right. Thank you for asking that, Sharon. Another tie will wing its way to you in the post. Don't worry about the alien invasion. It's all holographic. It's all done via hologram. They're not real ships. I know a real ship, and there won't be real ships. So don't worry about it too much. It's not real. It's not. If you see it, it's not real. And if they start landing, in your back garden and stuff, your eyes are just deceiving you. So don't worry about it. The only real aliens are the ones that abducted me when I was 6 months old, and I could totally remember it happening. Those are the only real ones in the world. None of the other ones are real. Okay, so you know. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. Where's Bicky Peg? Mark says she's outside the door, hoovering. Hopefully, because I did task her with the hoovering. Some of the cats have had accidents, and she's not got the dogs out quick enough. She's got a lot of cleaning to do, frankly, and I can smell it. So I don't think she's been doing the best job. I bought her all the equipment. She's not using it. What can you say? It's unacceptable. She's supposed to be divine feminine. That's what she sold herself as to me. She said she was divine feminine. I see nothing indicating that she's divine feminine. Otherwise, I would have heard the vacuum cleaner going by now. Terrible. She's quite fraudulent when they do that to you. They reel you in. They reel you in with a promise of housework, and then they don't do it. Anyway, right. Okay. Right. I'm going now. Really great. Oh, hang on. Right. I appreciate you all, and I've got to go now. I've got to go. The white hats only give me a specific amount of time to talk to you, so I've got to go. Right. I've got to go. Don't forget, we've got merch. Dark to light light. You can see the dark to light light. It's like a beacon of hope for a patriot, isn't it? Beacon of ruddy hope for a patriot. You can still get these in the shop. Grippy gloves. Don't forget the grippy gloves. Very important. And I don't know where my faux. Oh, here's the faux shield. Don't forget Rabbit's favourite, the faux shield. Bicky Peg sits on this all day long. Stops her wittering on, to be perfectly honest with you. And they work great. 80 quid. Only 80 quid for this. Looks like a credit card. It isn't one. They're excellent. Complex matrix of material is in this. So I can't tell you what it is. Right. Got to go. Buy the merch, and I'll see you all again soon. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Quick change. When I did early theatre, we had to do like quick change. I used to play multiple characters in shows. So you always had to wear costumes that you could just whip off backstage. Throw a hat on, go back on stage again. Right. Right, okay. Hi, Peter Moore. Thank you for coming. Peter Moore, we're nearly at the end, dear. Right. Becky didn't leave him, sadly. She's still very much with him. Do you think that's why? You don't think that's why they're not coming? No, those two will stick together for life. Right. Okay. Just going through the chat. Gary, I hope you're going to buy some of Lyman's merch. You can love it, but you also need to purchase it. It's important. 17% off. Ceci, you can be excused to go to the loo. That's fine. Charles, did you go off and then just come back? Have you been watching Eurovision? You're still on air. I know, but I need to be off air soon. So I'm not going to be on for too much longer, but I've only done a couple of characters. So if you would like me to do more, then request away, and I'll stay on for a little teensy bit longer. Poor Ceci. I mean, it is a live stream after all. Might make you want to go, might make you want to tinkle. Right. Anybody else have any requests? Let me just have a little check. No, Peter Moore, I have not done Mad Max Maddie yet. Did you just arrive at the right time? Would you like me to do Mad Max Maddie? I have been keeping a little eye on her. She's teamed up with this guy. I can't remember his name now. Thank you, Mark. And we'll see you again. Right, Mad Max Maddie then. She has teamed up with somebody, a very unsavory character, which kind of suits her in a way. But let's bring her on and maybe we can ask her about it. Hey, you guys, it's me. It's Mad Max Maddie. Oh, guys, I have been so busy on doing live streams with this incredible patriot. He is so amazing. His life story has been absolutely incredible. And, he told me that he is targeted and that the 3-letter agencies are after him. And the other thing that he told me was that due to that, he has been in and out of prison for various offenses, drugs and all that kind of thing, petty crimes, and that none of it was his fault. And I believe him because I have had the same track. I have been down the same road, and that is why I decided to train up and become a totally qualified attorney of law. And when I'm doing law and connecting in with people who have been wrongly accused of crime, I feel as though I am righting wrongs for myself. And it feels so beautiful to be able to do that. And I know that you guys appreciate it because you're all patriots. So when I'm not doing that, I'm actually going into the tunnels and totally rescuing the mole children. And, the other day, amazing story. The other day, I was doing a rescue and I got out a bunch of mole children. And then I handed them over to the marshals. And then, unfortunately, and it was a really difficult story that I was sharing with my friend who's been in and out of prison for various crimes. One of them didn't make it. One of them didn't make it. And I felt so bad. Because this totally happened. This is an absolutely true thing that absolutely happened, and I'm totally telling the truth about it. But one of them didn't make it. One of the little mole children didn't make it. It was so sad. I was like, oh, this is terribly sad, and it was emotional, and I had to go on a live stream just to talk about it with this guy that's been in and out of prison. I keep forgetting his name. But I tell him stories like that because it's my life, it's reality, it's completely real, and I totally do these things. I go and I raid hard. I raid so hard. And when I'm in those tunnels and I'm on my knees praying to Jesus to help me rescue all these children, I feel his presence behind me. Sometimes it's the marshals, but anyway, I just feel so connected to what I do, and I know how heroic it is. And this is why I'm doing this, you guys. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for the mole children. And I'm totally doing it for you. You can trust me. And that's why I need you all to donate to all of the special mole children that I pull out of the tunnels and put into safe houses. And they're totally real, but they need to be housed and fed. So I'm going to set up a totally legit GoFundMe so that we can get these kids fed and watered with a roof over their heads. So, you know, you can trust me, you guys. You can totally trust me. Right. Whew. Right. Hi, John. Right. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? See, Peter's happy now. Peter, you're happy now, aren't you, dear? Peter doesn't like me when I'm just me. Peter only likes me when I've got a blonde wig on. Right. Anyone else? Peter's like, yeah. Right. Anyone else before I go? Oh, how many times? Sorry, John, I missed your question. How many times have you taken the bar? I've taken the bar many, many times. Totally, so many times. Doesn't work when I don't have the wig on, does it? Right. I don't have the wig for that. I don't know where that wig is, and I used it recently, and I don't know where I put it. I'm really sorry. Do you do? Oh, okay, I will do that because I've got it right here. Hello, Itsuko. We need to chat. Right. Yes, Michael. I don't know where the wig is for him. That's what I'm saying. Okay, Stephen, I will do Carrie. Let me think on it, Michael. If I can work out where I put the wig, then I'll do it. I need a hat as well. Let me think on it. Right. Fraudy. Right, well, hello, everybody. And a very exciting show we've got today. Really exciting show. Got some great guests. Today, I'm going to be talking with that bastion of intelligence that is David Belloni. Now, David Belloni, he's done a lot of things as David Belloni. He makes a lot of films. He was an extra. He was a film extra. He did a lot of gangstery sort of films. But he also he made a special film with that incredible guy in New Zealand called Hoona Flash. Now, Hoona Flash can teleport from one side of the room to the other. He can teleport from one dimension to another. He's very, very clever. And it just so happens that David Belloni made a film about it. So we're going to be talking to him. Tell you who else we've got, and you'll love him because he's really smart, is Lee Dawson. Now, Lee Dawson, he does a lot of punching the air and making oosh, oosh, oosh noises, and he trains up people to fight because we're in a war. We are in a war. We're in a war. We're in a spiritual war, a war for your mind. I'm in a war for gold, but most people are in a war. There's a war on for your mind and your soul, you see, and you know, I just feel as though if we were to have a war, that Lee Dawson should be the one that's at the front. You know, Operation Human Shield. He'd be the man for the job, wouldn't he, Lee Dawson? Anyway, right. Now, the other person that I'm going to be talking to, and that I think you're all going to really like, is Kales. Kales. Kales will teach you how to get rid of things in your house that you don't want, technologies that you don't like, and she's also going to teach you how to stop paying all your bills. You can pay my bills instead. You can pay for these if you like. You can pay for these. Right, I've got to go anyway. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Just caught sight of Fraudy's teeth. Oh God, I shouldn't laugh at my own stupidness. It's the teeth. He's such a delight, isn't he? Look at that face. That's amazing. Right. Okay. So sorry, my chat went really weird then. I don't like it when I make myself laugh with stupid stuff. For those of you who've just joined me, I'm really annoyed because I did a Fraudy and Friends sketch this week with Lyman all about the Great Awakening tour that they're doing next weekend, which is not a tour because it's 2 days, but anyway. And then Simon announced that him and his wife were not coming to the tour anymore due to unforeseen circumstances, whatever. I mean, I thought he was psychic, so and she and her too. I don't know how they didn't foresee it, but there you go. So they're not coming. So I'm really annoyed because now the sketch is kind of a bit irrelevant because it's not coming. And it was a really good sketch. I'm really annoyed because I really enjoyed making that, and it was great. So I'm quite cross, and I'm in two minds whether to ditch the whole thing, re-edit it, or just put it out as it is. But anyway, if I put it out, you'll have to come and watch it when I premiere it. Then you have to, because you know, at least you all know the story behind it, and that I made this before he pulled himself out. How dare he? Right, okay. Now, a few of you keep asking for Jason's spew, and my hat for him and the wig for him is somewhere, and I don't know where it is. It's not in the, no, I don't think it is in the box because I used it for my Just Stop Oil character. I used it for her with the bobble hat. So I don't, it's not where it was before, because if it was in the box, I would have sent Jeeves in to have a rummage, but it's not. Right, do it anyways in case he changes his mind. That's a good, yeah, Michael, that's a good point. You know, money talks. So, and if he has had a bit of a falling out with Fraudy, they might be able to talk him back round again if the price is right. You know? Please do M Secret of Truth, Linda says. I don't know. No, I don't think I could do M Secret of Truth. M only has a few sort of mannerisms that he repeats. I'd need the hat as well for M, wouldn't I? I'd need the hat. Hi guys, follow M Secret of Truth. No, I can't do it. M's like, oh God, don't do that again, Jenny. Right. Let me see if I can find this wig, and if I can, then I'll do Jason. Just give me a second. If it's not down here, then it's not happening. No. Oh, bugger. Oh, you're in luck. You're in luck. This is also the Nicky Nacky Noo wig. Jason Spear doesn't have that much hair. It's quite short, so I'll put that on and then I'll put a hat on. Oh, dear God. It's not, I know it's Maddie's hat, but I'm got a hat. Imagine I've got a beard. Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna be through, and I've got on here, and just I'm gonna something I hit, and you know who I look like, and they've all got, Dad, I'm having a Well, hold on a minute. I need a hypothetical. So all the G's are going to do this. You're release this. And this is happening because this is what they do, and they've taken over the world, and it's satanic. It's a satanic mess. And well, why are we going to do that? And you want to, I don't want to do this. I'm going to leave. I'm going to, probably not even, I'm sweating. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing. Dad! I'm sorry. Oh dear. It's been a long time since I've done Jason's Spew. And I probably need to watch something more that he's done lately. I know he had a complete hissy. Oh, Will showed him having a total hissy fit at Charlie Freak. That was brilliant. I should reenact that. Right. Oh, did Nicky Nacky Nuke? Thank you, Atsuka. Did Nicky Nacky Nuke go to Florida? I'm going to have to cover it, aren't I? If Nicky Nacky Nuke went to Florida, then I'm going to have to cover that. Hello, Patriots! I'm here in my favourite part of America, Florida. My nan loves Florida. Shit, in fact, hang on, hold on. Hang on a minute. Hello, Patriots! Oh, it's so good to be in the most incredible part of America, in Florida. I love Florida. It is. I've never been to America before, Patriots, but I would say by far this is my most favourite part of America, despite never being anywhere else. I love it. And my nan loves Florida as well. It's her favourite place to look at in pictures. She said she would love to go, but because of her bunions and her bladder problems, she can't get on a plane, Patriots. So unfortunately, I've had to come on my own. But it's all right because I've got loads of new American friends, Patriots, and they all love me so much. Anyway, Patriots, I've been looking up and down the beach for Trump, hoping I'm going to see him, and I'm going to tell him, oh, Mr. Trump, oh, Donald, I wish I was American too, because if I was, I'd be in your administration, despite the fact that you don't have an administration anymore. But if you did, I'd be in it. I just feel, I just feel so connected. I really do, Patriots. I feel thoroughly connected, and I'm so glad I'm here. Some of you have offered to take me in and cook me a nice meal. And my nan says I shouldn't speak to strangers, but some of you look very trustworthy. So as you look trustworthy, I'll probably come to see. And thank you very much, Patriots. I'll see you again. I'll keep posting all my holiday snaps. Goodbye, Patriots. Love a bit of Nicky Nacky New. Right, okay. So we've run down. We've done we've done Mad Max Maddie. We've done T.I. We've done Lyman. We've done Nicky. We've done David Wilcock. We've attempted Jason Spew. Don't quite know what went wrong there. I've done loads of them. I think. And it's like 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock, Patriots. It's 11 o'clock. And I'm very tired. I just want to say thank you. Oh, and Fraudy. I did Fraudy too. Thank you so much for coming and joining me tonight. I've really appreciated it. I hope that you've enjoyed it too, and I hope that you will come again. I think I need to do another Lyman live, don't I? I do enjoy insulting you all as Lyman. I enjoy just being thoroughly ticked off for a couple of hours as Lyman. And so I think perhaps the next live stream I do will be Lyman Live, as it was so popular last time. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been very generous and left super chats or buy me a coffees, and just for keeping me company on a Saturday night so I don't have to watch Eurovision. Has been great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will seriously think about putting the Fraudian Friends that I worked hard on this week. I will seriously think about putting it out. I might put it out tomorrow, before it loses its whole meaning. How dare they do that? How dare they pull out? How dare they do that to me? Yeah, maybe I'll put it out tomorrow night, and we can all have a giggle at the nonsense in the chat. So if you're free to join tomorrow night, then I will put out the Fraudian Friends silliness that I did. You just have to imagine that they're still going on tour in another dimension. Perhaps I'll put it out. I'll put it. Oh, I did Janice as well. God, I've done loads of characters tonight. Right. Well, I've earned my drink then, haven't I? Thank you so much. And you're all absolutely brilliant. I hope I haven't missed any of your questions or any of your suggestions in the chat. If I have, I'm really sorry. I sometimes just don't see everything that comes up. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity, and please come and join me on the next one. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody. And thank you to my amazing mods and my wonderful gems. You are all truly gems, and I will see you again very, very soon. Maybe tomorrow. We'll think about it. Hopefully we'll see you later, everybody. Bye. Bye.